Hi there everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I would actually like to keep my promise to all of you guys that I did this past week in giving all of you the last of the calculators, the re-evaluation calculator. Now we'll have this link in the description. In fact, I'm even going to put it with the book value ratio calculator as well, just so that way we can consolidate these two together since they're pretty similar. Keep the discounted free cash flow calculator separate because that one's the one that uses the most assumptions. But nonetheless, I'm going to show you guys in this video how to actually use this calculator. You can see it right here. It's fully done using an example of a company. So with that said, let's get started. Now, for this example, guys, I'm going to be using one of the most popular REITs out there, and that is Realty Income Corp, ticker symbol O. So I'm going to be using this company because a lot of people know it. It's a lot of dividend investors' favorite, and it actually has the best fundamentals from what I came across. So let's actually get started with this. Coming over here to the calculator, the first thing that we're going to do is, of course, input the ticker symbol like we do in every calculator. So we're going to come up here, we're going to put the ticker of O. That will automatically populate the market cap and, of course, the share price. Now, we have something here that's called the P divided by FFO. For all of those of you who may not know, when it comes to REITs, we can't really use PE because unfortunately REITs are calculated a little bit different. But we can use another ratio called P divided by FFO. FFO is funds from operations. We're going to get into this one in just a little bit, but nonetheless, the next thing that we could fill out here in this screen is essentially the annual dividends per share. Now we can come over here to, again, Seeking Alpha, and we can see that the annual payout is around $2.96. So we're going to put here $2.96. Now with that, we're essentially pretty much done here. We still need to figure out the P divided by FFO and the FFO payout ratio. However, we can figure this out later once we input a couple more values. So if we scroll over here to the right, now is when we see something similar as to what we have with the stock evaluation summary and the stock fundamentals from discounted free cash flow. So we're going to be filling out this whole entire thing. Everything you see in red, you have to fill out. So starting, of course, with the net income, we're going to come over here to Realty Income's financials. We can go to the cash flow, and the first line that we see will be the net income. So if we copy all of these numbers, including the TTM, meaning the most recent one, and we copy it here, that will automatically be put into that. Now we're going to fill in the new metric, and that is FFO. Guys, FFO stands for funds from operations. And this is essentially the cash flow from their operations. Now there is a way to calculate this manually. However, in Seeking Alpha, most REITs actually have this in their income statement. So we could just take that into account as it is. But for all of those of you who may want to know exactly what this is, we're over here in Investopedia. Funds from operations, FFO, refers to the figure used by real estate investment trust REITs to define the cash flow from their operations. Real estate companies use FFO as an operating performance. Now it does go on in how to calculate it. However, if we come over here to Seeking Alpha, if we go over here to the income statements and we scroll all the way down to where it says supplemental items, we can see that there's a bunch of items here, and we can actually find the FFO right here. Now I've seen some companies here in Seeking Alpha that don't necessarily have this, and if it doesn't have this, then I'm terribly sorry, this calculator does not work. However, most should have it. So as you can see right here, this is the FFO. And by the way, guys, I do plan on adjusting this calculator in the future as well to adding the AFFO, which is the adjusted fund from operations. Still want to do a little bit more research on this before I put it out. However, this is just, I guess, the first version of this calculator, so it'll big do for now. So we're going to take the FFO that we have right here, we're going to copy all of it, including the TTM as well, and we're going to copy this into right over here, so that way we can populate all of that. Now we're going to do the ones that you guys should be aware of because we do it every single video when it comes to discounted free cash flow and book value as well, and that is total assets. Fairly simple. We come over here back to Seeking Alpha in the balance sheet. If we scroll all the way down, we can pretty much see other assets, total assets. We got all of them right here, so we can copy this into over here, and we do the exact same thing. Scroll a little bit down to liabilities, and we see total liabilities. We come over here, we copy all of them as well, and we copy them here. Now once you have this, the assets minus liabilities should pop up. I did make a mistake when I erased all of them before making this video. Do not erase this assets minus liabilities, just erase up until here. Do not erase this one because, well, then you would just have to do the this minus this in every single cell. So once you do that, now we're moving into the shares outstanding. Very, very similar. Again, we come over here to the finances, we come to the balance sheet, stay on the balance sheet, and if we scroll all the way down to supplemental materials, we see total common shares outstanding. So we copy all of them over here and we paste them over here. And this also tells you guys whether it's increasing and by how much. Also, I didn't even mention this, it does give you the average FFO as well as the percent change, and of course the average income as well as the percent change in income. And lastly, we're going to take a look at the total debt, and we do the exact same thing. Come back to Seeking Alpha, stay in the balance sheet, stay in the supplemental materials, just where you found the shares outstanding. You come over here to total debt and you copy all of them and you put them all the way over here, you paste, and that's about it. Now, if we keep scrolling a little bit more to the right, this is where the graphs are. It's essentially an easier way to see this data over here, but in graph form, so that way it's a little bit easier on the eyes. It tells you the average, the change, and all the good stuff that you guys should be used to by now. And that is essentially it. Now, what gives exactly the valuation for this? Well, let's actually come back over here. As you can see, we actually have some more parts that actually got filled in as soon as we put in that FFO. The one is, of course, price to FFO, and of course, as you all can see here, it's showing a 26.5 price to FFO. I'm going to keep this the same as it is with my other companies. Anything under 20 is what I personally would like to buy, so that's essentially why it's red. You guys can change that to whatever number you like. However, I personally like it under 20. Also, now that we actually have the FFO, we can do a payout ratio in regards to the FFO to see how much of their dividends in regards to this funds from operation they're actually putting out every single year. And right here, this is how it's calculated. Calculates automatically as soon as you put that FFO number. But just because this gives us this ratio doesn't necessarily mean that we know what price we should be paying for the company today. And the last part of this calculator is the valuation part. And the valuation part is using only one metric, and that is the net asset value. Of course, I have here the current share price, just so that way you guys can see it in the same spectrum, so that we don't have to keep scrolling up. But nonetheless, right here in the evaluation, we got the net asset value. And if you fill in all those numbers in that small data part, then this should automatically be populated. As you can see right now, the valuation for Realty Income will be around $42.52. So that is essentially how to use this calculator, guys. Hopefully it helps. Again, the link will be in the description. It'll be the first link to the spreadsheet. No one is allowed to edit. However, you are allowed to view it. All you have to do is come up here, go to File, make a copy, and you make your own copy for your own. Again, I will be putting it together with the book value calculator as well, just so that way we can have everything together. And that's it. This is essentially the last calculator that we have to evaluate all the companies. Right now we got discounted free cash flow for all companies, essentially all companies that are profitable. We got the book value one for companies that don't have capital expenditures, and we have the REIT evaluation calculator for, of course, real estate companies. Hopefully you guys like this. Thank you so much for the 600 plus subscribers. You guys, everybody that subscribes, everybody that likes, everybody that comments, this is why I like giving you guys all of this, because the more I see that all of you guys are enjoying my content, the more it gets me excited to give all of you guys this stuff for free. So I will be making some more changes to this one, and even the discounted free cash flow one. I figured that there's a lot more stuff that I could put. So of course, be on the lookout for that, and I will be making a video for that. But nonetheless, thank you all so much for the 600 subscribers. Thank you all so much for liking, subscribing, all of this other stuff. Thank you all so much. Hopefully you guys enjoy the calculator. That pretty much is for this video. Like if you like, comment, subscribe. As I said, you guys can follow me on my new tech sites of Payout and Rumble. Also have a Let's Play channel. Link is in the description below. Currently playing through Stardew Valley with my girlfriend. And with that said, peace out, and I will see you all in the next video.